All right, well, welcome to the Backyard Slinging Podcast, episode 1. Might be good or bad, we don't know, but we got one mic because we're stupid, and we didn't know
We're very professional.
we didn't know we needed extra shit. So, I'm Tiger, makes it easier to pronounce.
I am Corey Baker.
All right, so this podcast we're just kind of talking about things that we like and things that we like to do. So today we got a pretty good range of topics to talk about. We'll just start with the topic. We obviously know we got faces for radio and voices for the deaf, so bear with us.
It's very true.
All right, so how was your job down today? Pretty good?
Yeah, it was pretty good. Not too many crazy people on the road today so far. Although, coming to your house, I almost got, ran through because someone was impatient.
Oh, when you're just trying to turn right here?
Yeah, literally into your driveway.
Did they pass on the left?
Yeah, and I was trying to turn because I finally found it,
Mm-hmm.
and I guess they then decided to pass as I was trying to turn. So
yeah, that happened to my wife's mom.
Coming here
the first day that she came out here.
Oh,
some jackwagon wants to come flying down. She's got a turn signal and everything. And decides to pass her on the left as she's trying to make a left turn.
Yeah.
So,
well, I was also slowing down a little bit because I wasn't sure where exactly it was going to be.
So we have the vehicle sitting out front because we got that carport.
Mm-hmm.
But, new house, so we're still trying to figure out. You're the first friend of ours to come visit.
Oh, okay.
So it's, hey, come on down and visit new house. We're doing a podcast. But the old house was like 800 some square feet. This sucker's 2,200 square foot. It's got this whole downstairs room, half finished basement. The top floor's got like 3 bedrooms.
A big gorgeous yard.
3.75 acres. It's nice.
Yeah.
I'm trying to talk to the people that own behind us. There's like 120 back there. I'm trying to talk to them so I can go hunting.
Mm-hmm.
But speaking of hunting, though, my wife has more deer kills in the last year and a half than I do. She hit a deer with my truck coming home from work the other night. So, first time cleaning a deer that's been hit by a vehicle. Majority of it's like freaking ground beef. It's not fun to work with.
How much hair did you have to dig out of the grill?
It's still there.
Okay.
It builds character. It lets people know that truck's for real.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was able to get the back straps out. Not really too much else, but that's the best part.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, we've had officially had roadkill for dinner.
Yum.
It was good. Doesn't taste any different. So, but yeah, it's like I was actually live streaming for y'all that don't know. I started a gaming channel too. So right now, just on like the YouTube, I just uploaded like video, like recap games of like me playing Madden.
Mm-hmm.
And then on Twitch, I'll live stream Twitch, and if I can figure it out, I will put the links to both of those in the comment or under this video, if I can figure it out. If not, I think my YouTube is connected to this channel. But yeah, I lost my train of thought. Anyway, what do you got?
What do I got? Well, I guess this last NFL season was interesting, I would say. The teams that did well, the teams that didn't. I'm shocked by a few teams that didn't do very well.
Like who?
The Patriots.
Oh, They don't have nobody. I mean, the rookie, once they put Drake May in, he did pretty well.
Mm.
He was promising. Other than that,
It's just crazy thinking that just a few years ago, the Patriots were like the only team people, I guess, wanted to watch or hated to watch, and now it's just
nobody cares.
yeah, it's just surreal that they just aren't good now.
Yeah, that's what it is. What other teams that did bad?
That did bad. Surprised. Probably. I mean, I'm not too surprised about the Jets not doing too well.
Yeah.
But even with Aaron Rodgers back, they still. Did he do much of anything this year? Because he finally got better.
I want to say he did better than what people thought he did, stats wise, anyway. Obviously, not wins wise.
Mm.
So, I mean, I would say wins are better than stats. If you're winning, it's better than, oh, I threw for 400 yards, but we lost.
Yeah, that is true. So. Now, a team that I am very glad did very well was the Lions, up until the Commanders decided to score 40 points against them, 45 points actually. That was actually very surprising.
I wouldn't say it's surprising that the Commanders put up that much points. They've had a hot offense all year. They've been moving the ball pretty well and putting up points.
Because they didn't really start with like a super definitive record, though.
What do you mean?
Like they were kind of at one point they were like 7-5, right?
Who?
The Commanders. They were kind of like a middle kind of record.
I think they were kind of always in second place in the East all year.
Oh, all right. It must not have been like because they were kind of in neck and neck with the Cowboys for a while.
Maybe a very short while.
Yeah.
When Dallas just fell off.
Yeah.
I am surprised though that the Lions made it as far as they did with the number of injuries they got. Like, I had probably say 8 of their starting defensive guys ended up on the IR.
Jeez. Yeah, that's
they lost
not good.
They lost Hutchinson, which was one of the top DNs. Branch stayed healthy all year. Their safety. Other than that, they just had injury after injury going on the IR.
So then I guess their offense had to really like step up a lot. So that would also explain how they scored so many points throughout the year. Because it seemed, like almost every game it was like 30 points, 40 points. I'm like, wow.
It was like that, but then on the other hand, if you want to go like the fantasy side, I had Jared Goff on one of my teams, and he's either putting up 400 yards and 4 touchdowns, or he's putting up 230 yards and 1 touchdown. It's very hit or miss, but I mean they have a really good run game with Gibbs and Montgomery, but then Montgomery ended up on the IR later in the year too. So then they just relied on Gibbs, but he's turned out to be pretty dang good in his second year.
Yeah, he was. I didn't.
Sonic.
Yeah, like the last game. Whenever I was watching that Commanders game, they were putting up some graphics about his numbers were getting close to like Barry Sanders.
Yeah,
that's pretty good. Yeah,
and I'm sure we were planning on talking about this later, like with the Russian stuff, but they're, I don't know if you've heard it yet, they're going to add an 18th game.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Apparently too many people are annoyed because having an odd number of games. They're like,
then why did they go from 16 to 17?
To test it.
Oh,
to see how people liked it, like the players or fans. Of course, fans are going to like it. It's more football.
Yeah.
So it all depends on the players and the coaches and that. And I guess they're okay with it. So going to 18.
So is that going to be starting next season then?
I'm not sure.
Hmm.
I don't think they officially announced it, but it's just about a done deal. It's going to be an 18-game season coming.
Wow. That's
I like 17 because then you're not just going to have a 500 team. You're not just going to be 8-8, or now with 18 games, it's going to be 9-9. Like you're either going to be over 500 or under 500 for the 17-game season. So I like that better.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, this is a 500 club. Nobody cares. Either you're a winning club or you're a losing club. So.
Well, I can only imagine the players going to more games, because I thought for years and years the players themselves said that 16 games is a long season.
I think what they had the problem with was the preseason games, because there was 4. And now when they added the 17th game, they cut a preseason game out.
Oh, okay.
And now they're thinking of doing the same thing when they go to 18. They're going to cut another preseason game off, so there'll only be 2 weeks of preseason games. I don't know if they're going to start like the training camps earlier, because then you're going from a month of training camp with guys, position battles and everything like that, and then you're shortening that down. So, I mean, some guys, it's going to help some guys, it's going to hurt some guys, because some of them come out and like that first game, like they're hitting it. Like they're making big plays. They're so excited to be there, but then maybe like the last 2 games, they're just, tanking. They're not doing so hot. And that might lose them a roster spot. But on the other hand, another guy might start out the first game and, drop a touchdown pass, or, miss a tackle that leads to a touchdown or whatever, blown coverage.
Yeah.
And then he'll get like a second chance in like the 3rd or 4th game, and then does something crazy and gets a roster spot. So it's going to work both ways. It's going to help some guys. It's going to hurt some guys. So, I mean, it is what that is.
Fair enough.
So, what else about the football season?
Oh,
I know what I want to say. Hey, like you sent me kind of stuff that you want to talk about, and you said about the Falcons and Saints playing each other every week.
Yeah.
I'm like, what in the world is this dude talking about? And I sent it to Cody, which y'all hopefully hear Cody here on the 2nd or 3rd episode. Hopefully, he'll be like our football guy, fantasy sports guy, because I run 2 leagues, and I'll touch on them more later. And Cody runs the league and the playoff league, which is a little bit different, because normally, like, you played in my leagues, and it's just week 1 through 14, and then you have your playoffs 15, 16, 17, or 1 through 15, 14. 15, 16, 17 playoffs. You cut off the last game, but we're going to get an extra game in fantasy sports.
Oh, okay.
Game of the season. But Cody has like this playoff one that goes through the playoffs.
Okay.
The NFL playoffs. So he has the roster breakdown, and like you pick players, but if that team loses, those players get blacked out on your team. And you're just left with the guys that are still in.
Huh.
You set your roster before the playoffs start, and that's what you have the whole way through.
Oh, that's kind of interesting.
That's pretty neat.
It's like a team elimination.
Yeah. So like,
or like a player elimination, I guess.
Yeah, because like I had Cortland Sutton from the Broncos. They lost first game. Well, there goes a wide receiver off of my squad, and it leaves me with 4, because he has 5 running backs, 5 wideouts, 3 tight ends, 3 quarterbacks. So once they lose, they're gone.
Yeah, it's kind of like being
points
voted off the island almost.
You're out. All right, so back to the Falcons and Saints playing each other.
Oh yeah,
every week.
I'm pretty sure I'm the only one that thinks this, but it just seems like every game recap I see on Sunday, the only time I see the Falcons or the Saints is when they're against each other. So that could be like week 3, week 6, week 10, 13, but it's always those 2.
So pretty much whenever you just catch it on TV, like, well, it's the Saints Falcons recap.
Yeah, I guess. It's like they play the same game continuously, but
Right. Well, that wouldn't have been a very good entertaining season this year with those two.
It's probably because I just don't really
Oh.
care that much about either team.
Yeah, but talking about them, like, that's someone that surprised me. Kirk Cousins.
On the Falcons.
Yeah.
Which is being
Bad.
on. Oh yeah.
Bad. Like, I was a pretty big Kirk Cousins fan as soon as he took over for the Redskins.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, from here on out, like, the Redskins are the Redskins. We ain't doing that Commander shit.
Yeah.
They're the Redskins.
The Washington W's.
Let's see.
Well, he was a pretty long tenured quarterback too, Kirk Cousins.
I think he's in his. He came in the league in 2012.
Yep.
He got drafted
Pretty
in
long.
2012, so this would have been his 12th season. Yeah.
So
But
I guess
even last year, before he tore his Achilles, he was on pace to have like a record, or not a record year, but a personal best year.
well, that's a shame.
Yeah.
Because he's probably one of the last quarterbacks I remember from when I first started watching back in like 2007. Now, I don't know exactly when he started, though. 12? Okay, well, I definitely remember him throughout that time.
RG3.
I mean, Matt Ryan's on the broadcast booth now.
Yeah, I think he's been there for 2 or 3 seasons now.
Okay.
He was there last year, I think. I might be wrong. I think maybe he was still playing for the Colts. I don't remember exactly, but yeah. All right, so what else we got here going for the NFL?
Oh, the Dallas Goedert and his stiff arm against the Packers.
You know about the playoffs?
Yeah, in the playoffs.
Yeah.
He had that one play where he stiff armed him like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
But the third one, you could see him kind of slow down so he could get another one in. And I mean, of course, I just love seeing stiff arms. So, but I saw a tweet later on, or an article that said he even admits that last stiff arm was unnecessary. And then
it's always unnecessary.
And then I saw the tweet that said, "I slowed down so he could come get some."
Hey, that's the kind of part where I'm on. I like the physicality of football, and that's another big thing. Like the way they do the new rules, throwing flags for certain things. It's like I get some of it. Some of it can be pretty egregious, but if they get a big hit on someone, and I want to see if they don't lead with their head. And that's another thing. I don't know where the disconnect is between the time you start playing football as a kid, that they teach you, even through high school, they're teaching you the proper form and how to tackle safely and properly. I don't know where the disconnect is between that and the time they get on playing like these big games on college game day and the NFL, and they just forget where to put their head.
Yeah.
So they don't have all these unnecessary injuries because you guys can't tackle properly.
Yeah.
And it's not that hard. Like,
and it's also a thing. Like the leading with your head thing, whenever they get flagged for it, sometimes it's leading with their head, sometimes it's not. And sometimes it looks like they are, and sometimes it doesn't look like they are.
Yeah.
And it's just like the flags are random sometimes.
Oh, sure.
And I think that's probably one of the things my parents can't figure out, but it's like I can't figure it out either. Because it's like, well, why is this
one a penalty and the other one's not?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I think some of it kind of goes on who's getting hit.
Yeah.
You said that like you have somebody in mind.
Mr. Mahomes, I would say.
I would probably have to agree. And lately, a lot of the country also agrees. So I don't know if you watch it, but I watched the Pat McAfee show.
Not much.
That you gotta watch because he's on ESPN now.
Okay.
He got that deal last year, I think. But like the first, I think his shows are usually like 3 hours.
Oh wow.
But the first hour is on ESPN, and
Okay.
it's all nice and clean. But once they sign off of ESPN, it's just like they go off the chain, off the rails. Like there is no script. I mean, they probably have a script because they have, they go through the stuff that they want to go through.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, there's no filter.
Yeah.
Nothing like that.
Yeah, I don't see him having a filter.
Oh, it's hilarious, and I'm sure you like him more because he gets in on that wrestling.
Yeah.
And I know you used to watch that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the show's hilarious. You gotta check it out. And they were saying just the other day about how most of the country's like, what's the deal? When it comes to the refs and Mahomes, and then they compared it especially to the Redskins Lions game when Goff took a huge hit.
Oh
pretty
yeah,
much right, like crown of the helmet to his face.
Yeah, he didn't even have the ball, did he?
No, he was trying to make a tackle. He got blocked that way.
Okay.
And he just got picked up like a baby. Just
yeah.
And yeah,
no flag
it was
there.
A hit. No, nope. But yeah. Oh goodness. So we got Goddard, stiff arm there. Who's your favorite player right now?
Oh, I would have to say Saquon Barkley. I mean, that would be. It could be the cop out pick, but
just because you're an Eagles fan.
Well, sure.
Uh-huh.
But I mean, just watching him play, it's fun watching football, watching him play now.
Yeah.
It's fun to watch the Eagles with him now. I know a few people that are probably a little irritated that he's not with the Giants anymore.
Giants fan.
Yeah.
Do you have any words for the Giants fans?
I'm sorry.
I don't think he is. He just said he's his favorite player now, so.
I mean, I also like Dallas Goedert.
Well, he's been there his whole career.
Yeah,
he's been there for quite a while.
Has he?
Yeah. He's there, I'd say at least since 2015.
Oh, okay. I didn't know he was there for that long.
Yeah, he's been there for a while. Because he came in after Ertz, who is now with the Redskins.
Yeah.
After being, the last 2 or 3 years with the Cardinals.
Oh, I didn't know he was with the Cardinals.
Mm-hmm. Or then they drafted Trey McBride 2 years ago. And he's now starting. And he had a very interesting stat line this year. I don't know if you saw that. He had...
Who is this?
Trey McBride.
Oh, okay.
Tight end for the Cardinals. Pretty sure he led the team in receiving, but he only had like 1 touchdown, and it came in week 14. He went like 13 weeks with no touchdown.
Wow, that's odd.
But he's like the leading receiver on the team. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's that kind of doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it's weird.
There's a few other stats I'm going to touch on a little bit later that kind of don't make sense to me either.
Well, let's go for it.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess going on there seem to be a lot of really good running backs this year.
All right.
Saquon Barkley, of course.
Yeah.
Like 2,000. I mean, over 2,000 yards. Regular season. Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
Which is pretty close. I think like
19 or 19.
Yeah. And then Gibbs that you mentioned earlier.
Maybe we just bring this up here, see if I can bring up these stats a little bit more accurately so we can talk about them better. I'm gonna go like the ESPN app or something.
But yeah, talking about Saquon Barkley beating that or not getting to beat the rushing record, I was very annoyed by that.
I was not. Because he had an extra game.
That he could have beat the record for.
Right, but more games than the record was made on.
Mm.
The record I don't even think was posted with the 16 game schedule. I think it was even less than that.
Oh, that is a good point.
That's going to be the thing with all the records that get broken from here on out because they're adding more games.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It's not like baseball where they've had 162 games for years now. So if a record gets broke, it gets broke. But there's even there, like, because of the way the game's changed, they ain't going to get broke. But like career, like, pitchers wins, there's not going to be a whole lot of 500 or 300 win guys anymore.
Yeah.
But with football, they're adding more games, more stats going to happen.
Yeah.
But, I mean, to go with that, there was still, even with the extra game this year, no one got 5,000 passing yards.
Mm.
So Peyton Manning still looked pretty good at that.
Yeah.
In the Bronco uniform.
Oh, yeah.
But, okay, back to rushing. So, yeah, Saquon had 2,005 yards. Henry had 1,921. Third was quite a drop after those two. Third is Bijan Robinson from Atlanta. Had 1,400, 556. And then Jonathan Taylor from Indianapolis, 1,431. And then Gibbs, 1,412. And then that goes under 1,400. But, I mean, let's see, we had quite a bit of 1,000-yard guys. We had 1 running backs over 1,000 yards this year.
That's pretty outstanding.
That's
Or is that
on average, that's half your league, half your starting running backs. There's what, 32 teams?
Mm-hmm.
I was getting mixed up. 32. Baseball is either 30 or 32, and then football has the other.
Oh, okay.
And I always get it mixed up. So I want to say football is 32.
Yeah, I think it is.
Because there's four teams in each division. There's 4 divisions in each league. So that's 16 and a half. So, yeah, 32. It's 32 teams. So 16. That's half. In theory, half your starting running backs went for 1,000 yards this year. And then...
Well, that's probably where you want to be, too. You probably want to hit that 1,000 mark as much as you can.
It's a big milestone for guys. But, I mean, 1,500, there's, like, the good one. And there... I mean, well, we had, what, 2? Yeah, we only had 2 over 1,500, so we had quite a few in the 900s. We had Chase Brown from the Bengals. DeAndre Swift, surprisingly. I didn't think he had that good of a year, but he almost had 1,000 yards for the Bears.
Mm-hmm. I liked whenever he was for the Eagles for one season.
Oh, he did great.
Mm-hmm.
And then he had those expectations going to Chicago. And you should tamper all expectations if you go to Chicago. As fans looking in. I mean, you can't, unfortunately, and I'll harp on Cody about this tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's a Bears fan.
Uh-huh.
It's a sad life, but he has some light in his life. He just had a kid this year, so he didn't have to be as sad.
Yeah.
About the Bears.
Is he usually pretty hardcore about the Bears?
Well, he'll just like a lot.
Okay.
And
it's like, oh, he didn't play that bad. Yeah. It's just like the sun was in his eyes or something.
No, it'd be more like, yeah, I don't want that.
Oh, okay.
That kind of like, maybe not like a deflection, more like slamming the door in your face about it. But it's like a mesh door so you can still talk.
Yeah.
But, yeah. So, I mean, looking at the list, I mean, you said about the Redskins earlier, Jaden Daniels, leading rusher on the Redskins.
As a rookie quarterback, too.
891 yards.
Rushing?
Yeah.
Dang.
Kid's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I had him number 1 on my list of rookies coming in this year.
For fantasy.
Yeah. Because, I mean, we'll talk about it more maybe in the next episode. But yeah, I go through because I have a dynasty league, so you have the same team every year. Any team way a guy's getting off your team is if he retires or you drop him or trade him. That's the only way he's leaving your team. It's not like every year you get a new team. Same team year after year. So then every year the only draft you have is a rookie draft. and I had Jaden Daniels 1 and Bo Nix 2. I don't even think I had Caleb Williams in my top 3.
Mm.
And he went first overall. To me, I didn't watch too much of his film this year, but college, there just seemed too many throws not as accurate as you would like, or underthrown.
Okay.
That if it was NFL, they would got picked. Which I'll just have to look and see what he did for interceptions this year, but yeah. So your favorite player is Saquon.
Oh, did we establish, was there a problem with that?
Yeah. No problem with it. This first year of the team coming from a rival team. What do you mean there's a problem with that? Good grief.
I mean, other than, like I said, Dallas Goedert, Zach Bond on defense.
So another first year Eagle.
What?
Yeah.
Wasn't he last year?
No.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Are you positive?
I'm positive.
Well, I guess I'll have to look and see. Well, see, if I had to pick someone who's been there for a long time, probably Brandon Graham.
Oh, yeah. That's a good pick. He's a good player.
And
he's a more old school type.
Mm-hmm. And I think he's like
14th season.
Yeah.
For a defensive end. Crazy.
And I guess Fletcher Cox just retired.
Yeah, he went with Jason Kelsey last year.
Okay.
Yeah, those two retired together. I think they came in the same year together.
They might have.
I could be mistaken on that one, but I think they were within a year or two of each other if they weren't the same year. So, but yeah. They went out together.
So, yeah, I mean, a lot of my favorite players tend to be running backs and tight ends anyway, because I always liked Brent Selleck on the Eagles.
Yeah. The Eagles seem to always have a good tight end.
Yeah.
Because you went from Selleck to Ertz to Goddard, and there's never been a drop-off.
Yeah. Of course, you said that Ertz had some like attitude problems, or he was a crybaby or something.
But
he was good regardless.
Oh yeah, he was good this year. He might have been the second leading receiver on the Redskins this year. And I think he's what.
But I mean, some of my other favorites from years past: Brian Westbrook, LaShawn McCoy, all running backs.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had a few favorite receivers. Probably Deshaun Jackson was one of them.
Yeah.
Good. But yeah, I always tend to lean on the running backs and the tight ends, because tight ends they're both pretty versatile. Because
especially now,
yeah, because tight ends, I mean, they can be receivers, they could be extra blockers on the line. Yeah. Running backs can rush. They could also catch short passes.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Or long passes in the case of Madden. Anytime I play against the... Yeah. Not so good flashbacks right now.
Oh, no.
Oh, dude. Jahmyr Gibbs. It's
in Madden or in the Madden. Actual... Oh, okay.
I mean, he's good catching passes out of the backfield, too, in real life. But, yeah. I played them, week 16 or something, 16 or 17 in my last online league game. I had him back, within their own 10. And he does a freaking wheel route. Somehow gets behind my corner and safety and takes it to the house for 80-some yards.
Good grief.
I'm like, what in the world? And then my friend did it to me with freaking... It wasn't him. Shit. It wasn't a running back for him. That was Calvin Austin. He plays as a Steelers.
Okay.
And he did the same thing. Just somehow it gets behind my freaking defense. And it never failed. And I don't know what to do.
Only odd Madden, I guess.
Freaking settings. But, yeah. I don't even know who I would say is my favorite player right now. Yeah, I don't know. I usually like defensive guys, but there's not, other than, I like the Broncos, so not not much other than Pat Surtain sticks out to me for the Broncos right now. I mean, they played very well as a unit this year.
Mm-hmm.
Like, trying to pick one. I mean, I like Riley Moss. He kind of second-year guy come up and took that second cornerback spot. And everyone was excited. They're talking about the Eagles' rookie cornerback, Cooper DeJean, being a white guy playing corner. But Riley Moss was there last year, and he'd come on this year, so Eagles can cool your jets.
What is it? Is it not common for, what'd you say, corners?
A white corner?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. I don't know.
We haven't had one for a few years. It's been a while. Boys just can't. There's something about it. Just can't do it as well. Weird. I can't play corner.
I can barely play any of them.
I'm also fat now, so I can't. I used to be pretty fast when I was like 60 pounds lighter. Back in the days, playing shortstop and freaking receiver. Not now. I'm not playing tight end. I'm a blocking tight end. It sucks because I got some pretty dang good hands. Snag it. I can't run. I gotta work on my footwork or something. I can do cuts to get separation.
Whenever I was in high school and we did the whole 40-yard dash in gym class, I don't know how it's possible. 3 different times, I ran 5.5 all 3 times. I'm like, I know that's slow.
Yeah.
But I told you about that. It's like, dude, how do I run the same time 3 times? And you said, oh, you're very consistent.
Yeah. That's all it is. I can't do that. Mine's always different.
So consistency is king, guys.
Extra step or two.
If you run like a 6-second 40 at 3 different times, hey, you're consistent. The one other player I'm actually really shocked did not do very well this year is Ray. Because when did he get hurt though?
Very early in the year.
Oh, okay, well that would
explain. His first game or two, he was very good.
Mm-hmm.
And it sucks because I drafted him first over on a league, which I'm sure a bunch of other people did this year.
Yeah.
And you got
because like
Michael Orr was not there, and you got blindsided.
Because it's like last season he had 1,459 yards, and this year
he had to have had more than that.
Probably, but this year only
rushing.
Yeah, just rushing.
Oh, he probably had over 400 or 500 receiving.
But this year, just rushing 202 for the whole year. I mean, I knew he got hurt, but I didn't know
he didn't
when.
Really come back. It was very early.
Okay.
If it didn't happen in the first game, it happened in the second. And then he just didn't.
Okay.
So he might have come back for one game, I think, and then he got hurt again.
Same injury.
I think it just aggravated it. So, yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I like Bo Nix. I think he's pretty good. If I had to pick a player, I guess I'll go with Bo Nix. He's good. People didn't like him coming out of Oregon. There's a lot of people who didn't like him. I remember who the third guy had above Caleb Williams. I had J.J. McCarthy, who tore his ACL or something in preseason and then never played for the Vikings. I had him above Caleb Williams too. We'll see how he pans out if he plays next year. And if the Vikings keep him or Sam Darnold, who had a career year. And he might not even be with the team next year. They're saying one of them is going to go, so we'll see.
That always bothers me when a player does really good one year, but it's like their last year.
Yep. And it's like backup skills.
Yeah.
Or if they like always come in like for an injury, play like the rest of the year and they're really good. Like ankles.
Yeah.
And he gets a starting gig somewhere else and he's not good.
Mm-hmm.
Like he played for the Jags.
Oh, I'm not sure where he went.
and he just didn't do good. Like,
Yeah, because that's one of the things with
won a Super Bowl for the Eagles.
Yeah,
And then he didn't play good as a starter for the Jags.
yeah, that was definitely one of the head scratchers for me. Whenever it's like, oh, I can't wait to see what he does next year. Well, he's somewhere else now.
Yeah. I think he's out of the league. Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. I hope. Going back on running backs and tight ends, that's what the Broncos.
Oh yeah.
Because I like Javonte Williams, running back, but he just hasn't been the same since he tore his ACL a few years ago after his rookie season. His rookie season's good. He had like 920 yards. Very good. A lot of punishing runs. I don't know if you've seen the highlight from the Ravens game that year. He had a Raven on his back and he carried him for like 10 yards. Yeah.
Wow.
The dude was trucking. But he just hasn't been the same, so they're pretty sure they're going to move on from him. And they have Jaleel McLaughlin, but he's like a third down pass catcher. And then Audric Estime, I guess I'm saying that right. He's a rookie we drafted this year, or last year. And he just didn't get enough opportunities to really prove it. So that'll probably come down to him in this coming fall. And then whoever they draft or pick up in free agency or trade for, I'm hoping they get either Ashton Jancy from Boise State, who almost broke Barry Sanders' college record.
Oh wow.
And in the same number of games, I believe.
Okay.
Get that, you Eagles fans.
Yeah.
Or Tyler. I would like them to get Tyler Warren, tight end from Penn State, because we don't have really like a big threat at the tight end for the Broncos. So either one of them would be great. But at pick 20, they could both very well be gone by then. So, because I know the Cowboys picked before us, they need a running back. I thought my Raiders, they might take a quarterback. So we'll see. I mean, there's another couple other tight ends I would like. I don't want to say too much about who I like because I'm guessing the people in my Dynasty League are probably going to watch this.
Yeah.
And I don't want to give out all my secrets. Because, what was it, 2 years ago when we first started our Dynasty League? We had like the main draft, which was like, took forever because we drafted the whole team. And I used individual defensive players. So instead of like a team defense, I have like my roster, you get 2 D linemen, 3 linebackers, 3 DBs, and then the defensive flex. So it takes a while. And I have like my roster set up to mirror that of an NFL roster with the number of people.
Okay.
With the exclusion of like 8 or 9 spots I cut off from the 53-man roster, which is NFL. I cut like 8 or 9 off to account for like what offensive linemen would be on the team. So I cut that off. So our rosters are like 42.
Okay.
44. And I have 10 practice squad. You can draft a guy. So like I drafted Jordan Travis for the Jets, knowing he's not going to play this year because of Rodgers. He might not play next year if Rodgers comes back. But I drafted him because I think he could be a good fit after that. So I stick him on my practice squad. He sits there for up to 2 years. And then at that point, if he's playing, cool, I elevate him to my roster, active. If not, I drop him. Whatever. But they don't count towards your roster total.
Oh, all right.
But anyway, we did the big draft, and then we had the rookie draft that year. And I drafted who a lot of people now are very familiar with, Puka Nacua.
Yeah.
In the 6th round of my rookie draft. And at least half the league is like asking, like, who the heck is this guy?
Makes astounding catches.
Who is Puka Nacua? And I'm like, you'll see.
Oh yeah.
Because I just found some good tape on him from BYU. I'm like, this guy's good. And so far, I've been, not to toot my own horn, but I've been about 50% on the guys I drafted in my in my rookie draft. I picked up Brian Branch, drafted him. Edgerrin Cooper, linebacker for the Packers. He's played pretty well the second half of this year. Puka Nacua. I've drafted the top 2 tight ends in back-to-back years. I drafted Sam Laporta last year.
Mm-hmm.
And then this year I drafted Brock Bowers. So I've had back-to-back rookie tight ends go number 1 in the league at the tight end position.
Well, you have a good eye to know what to look for with that kind of stuff.
I like to think I do. I mean, if there's any teams out there that need a scout,
that could be an option.
I could be very available.
That would be a really cool job, though.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Yeah, I've always and especially for baseball or football. I mean, I like both. But yeah, that'd be awesome. I mean, I don't know how drafting rookies in fantasy football translates to, I mean, it seems like it would, but based off of how the guys I've picked have done.
Yeah.
I mean, back-to-back tight ends over 1,000 yards in a rookie season, which before Laporta did, it was like unheard of. Because it was always like you get a rookie tight end, they're going to need 2 or 3 years to develop.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like always the case. Like we go back to like the Eagles with Selleck, they drafted Ertz. Well, Ertz didn't really do much his first year or two until he came into his own. And then the same thing when they got Goddard. They still had Ertz, and Goddard was just kind of for like the first 2 or 3 years. And then they pulled the trigger and hey, Ertz is out, Goddard's the guy, and well, he took off. But he was also 3 years into the league, which that's just how it was. And then Sam Laporta and Brock Bowers just busted that mold. I don't see a rookie coming out this coming year and doing that. Warren could if he gets on the right team. I think he could do it with Denver with Bo Nix, because that would take a lot of pressure off of Sutton and Troy Franklin going down deep and Marvin Mims, because we don't really have. Because you have to take one of those guys out to do underneath, which then it's still covered. So I think if you get a guy like Warren, he'd definitely get his catches and yards with Denver. So I think it'd be pretty good. So football, what's your favorite thing to see?
Oh, yeah. Well, seeing how my favorite players are usually the running backs, my favorite thing is just watching a running back go into what?
You got a Band-Aid on your finger? You cut your finger too?
Yeah.
How?
At work.
With what?
Metal strap ties.
Oh.
I'm not too careful with those.
I just took our Band-Aid off this morning.
I
had it on this one. I cut it on the reach in the sink with a knife. Don't do it.
Okay, I won't.
It hurt. And then I didn't feel like cooking after that, so I didn't eat.
Just went to bed.
Yeah, I'm done. I just went and sat on the couch. Didn't even play games.
I called off work the next day too.
Yeah, that's today.
Oh, okay.
I tell people all the time at work, if it was a day that I didn't work the next day, I would look my supervisor in the eye and be like, hey. He'd be like, what? I'm like, calling off tomorrow. Sometimes it would catch him off guard and be like,
what was your staff?
You ain't gonna be here either.
But yeah, my favorite thing to watch in football is watching someone run into what's essentially just chaos, and then just from out of nowhere, just
pop
right through. Yeah, it's like it's like sometimes you can see the holes open up, but sometimes it's like there's no way he's getting through that, and he just takes off through it.
Yeah,
and it's just I don't know what it is about seeing that. It's just awesome to see.
Yeah, it's. I don't know.
Like the big catches and the big hits are cool too, but there's just something. Yeah,
I like the catches and the hits, but also we grew up on the end of where it was still a very, very physical. There were some big hits when we were growing up. Like we had Urlacher, John Lynch, Sean Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, is my favorite player of all time. Love the dude. And if y'all happen to, I don't blame you if you don't watch my videos on YouTube, my football ones that are up there right now, because who really wants to watch a recap of a Madden game? Whatever. But my second year draft, so we just finished the 2025 season, which I have been back-to-back Super Bowl champs. But that's not here nor there. My new starting safety is Gabriel Taylor, Sean's little brother.
Okay.
Who plays for Rice.
Yeah,
and I'm very interested to see where he gets drafted this year in April.
So. There was some. I thought he had a brother, but I wasn't.
Mm-hmm. He's a junior or senior at Rice.
Okay.
So he'll get the draft this year. Hopefully he gets drafted. I think he's good enough to get drafted, but we'll see what the actual NFL scout think.
Yeah.
I mean, I have also.
I think you should scout for him.
I've had some good. I've picked good defensive guys. Like I picked up Brian Branch 2 years ago. He's a starting safety for the Lions. I think was it the rookie year or start of the season last year? Whenever they played the Chiefs to start the year, he picked six Mahomes.
Okay. Yes.
That's my guy. But he's pretty good. He still lays some good hits too. I like a good safety and I like a good middle linebacker. I like the guys that hit. I'm talking about like the old guys like DJ Williams for the Broncos, outside linebacker.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, I remember they playing a game against the Patriots. Like you said, like when they were good. I think it might even been like a snowy game where it was like really cold. Somehow, like I think they were running. The Patriots were running to the left, and somehow like a tight end or a tackle ended up on the ground, and the running back goes to jump over him, and DJ Williams meets him like midair and just like he pops him with the shoulder in the air and doesn't budge. And the running back just and DJ's just like standing there over him. Like,
jeez,
that was good.
Mm-hmm.
I think this year wasn't bad. There was some good. I'd have to look him up.
Just whatever you do, don't breathe in Patrick Mahomes' direction.
It sucks a little bit, only because of his wife.
Okay.
Okay, so one thing we are going to try to avoid on this is politics.
Yeah.
Because we just don't need
more of it.
We don't. Yeah, we don't need that. But it's all over social media. Oh. But his wife is a Trump supporter.
Okay.
So that's kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
So fair to say, things probably might be a little awkward when Mahomes and Travis Kelce go places together, because everyone knows Taylor Swift does not like Trump at all. So I don't think they get along.
Oh my!
Pick them up. This stuff. I don't think we can do plugs. So.
Darn.
Officially. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, y'all can see it. It's there. It's ranch fuel. I started drinking because of Dale Brisby. You know Dale Brisby? He's hilarious.
What?
He's hilarious.
Okay.
Greatest bull rider of all time.
Oh yeah. See, I don't watch bull riding, so I wouldn't know.
I mean, even if you did, you would never see him.
Okay.
But he's the greatest of all time.
Okay.
I've been watching his videos since I was been deployed. I found him when I was overseas.
Mm-hmm.
Hilarious.
What, the way he falls off of them?
He's a comedian.
Oh, okay.
But he actually has a ranch. He actually knows how to do the stuff. He's done it, but he's never like won a world title.
Mm-hmm.
I think the funny thing is he had a belt buckle made, and it's like that freaking big, right? It's huge, and it says something about world champion this year. So he can wear it any time, and he's the champion that year. I think it's funny. It's hilarious. He's hilarious. A lot of people, like, he has like an intern program. You can go work for him. I'll pay
Okay.
you. And I almost did it like 5 years ago. Yeah. I just take my dog, go down. I could rodeo. I could ranch. Do all the stuff that I want to do. Ride horses all the time. So, I mean, hey. It would have been great.
Does he still
Oh, yeah.
do that? Okay.
Yeah. He's awesome, dude. And he's like gotten so big in the sense of in the rodeo world. Like he goes like the NFR National Finals Rodeo in Vegas. I think he sticks more to that than like the PBR stuff, professional bull riders. I mean, he's friends with them. He's actually friends with who I think is one of the greatest of all time, JB Mooney.
Okay.
He's good, and I think, yeah, to me, I think he's the greatest. He's just a tough dude. He'd get slammed off a bull. I think there's a story about it, like he's sitting at a freaking picnic table after he just got wrecked. He has like a neck brace on, and he's still Marlboro hanging out of his mouth, and he just doesn't care. I had this over here. Wouldn't that have been nice like half an hour ago?
Yeah, probably.
I have to wrap this one up here. We'll have to talk about some of the stuff on the next one. Well, we talked about that. We got a couple minutes here left.
You think it's
what
question time or?
Oh shoot, yeah, let's get that. All right, favorite movie.
My favorite movie, I would have to say, is Twister.
The new one?
No, the first one.
The old one. Okay.
Yeah,
the new one's pretty good.
It is.
Okay, you saw it.
But the first Twister,
That's
we have.
Huh? That's surprising. I never would have guessed.
Well, I mean, I could have said Star Wars, but I mean that would have been
not wrong.
Well, yeah. But yeah, I mean, my family and I have this joke with Twisters. Like we've seen it so many times on TV. We have the script memorized. And I mean, my brother and I have just inside jokes for that movie for days.
Nice.
I don't know if it's considered a good movie by other people or not.
It is pretty good. I don't remember too much about it, but I know I've seen it.
Not as much as we have, that's for sure.
No, definitely not.
And if it wasn't enough on TV, I have it on DVD too. So if I haven't seen it enough, I can see it some more.
Yeah. See that? No, talking about it like that, like I can do that. Like I can watch movies over and over and over.
Mm-hmm.
My wife can't.
Oh, okay.
She can't stand it. She hates it. She's like, "Why do you want to watch that again?" I'm like, "Because I really like it." I mean, I married you so I can see you again and again and again.
Yeah.
Every day because I like you. My favorite movie though, it's a little odd. Because what do you think when you think of John Wayne?
Oh, Western.
Western, right? Yeah. My favorite movie is a John Wayne movie, but it's not a Western.
Okay.
Hatari. Hatari. That's the one where he like catches animals in Africa for zoos.
Okay.
Have you ever seen that? That's a great movie.
How old is that one?
I mean, it's in color.
Okay.
So towards the back half of his career.
Okay.
The first half was in black and white.
No, I have not seen this.
I
don't think I've ever heard of it.
I love it, dude. Like, there's a couple movies, like when I was deployed, and I would watch them once a week. I watched that once a week. Deadpool. Battleship. That's a good one. But Hatari, yeah. I love it. Back, because we had it on VHS, and it was a 2 VHS movie.
Okay.
Remember those?
Oh, yeah. We still got them.
Like, the little movies were so long, you had to put them on 2 VHSs. I'm sure most of the people listening, well, older people will know, but the younger people, Talk to your parents.
Rewinding VHS tapes.
Oh gosh, yeah.
In those little rewinders that when they're done, they sound like they're gonna explode.
Oh, dude, I had a hot rod car one.
Oh, dude,
you hit the license plate, the hood popped up.
Dude,
you put it in, you push the hood down. It's like,
oh man, that is like the perfect design.
It was awesome. I wonder if that's still at my mom's house, actually. So yeah,
you should definitely get that and like put it in an acrylic case or something.
Like this.
Yeah.
Put it there. All right, coffee or tea?
I would have to say coffee, but I enjoy both. I got to be careful with coffee sometimes.
Why didn't you buy my coffee?
What coffee did you have?
I own coffee.
Oh, didn't I buy some from you? I thought I bought some from you.
Maybe.
What was it called?
6 Up Coffee.
Yeah, I thought I got some.
That I can do because it's mine.
Yeah. Yeah, I could have sworn I got some from you.
Maybe. I don't know.
Is it in the is it the powder form?
Yeah, it's brown.
Okay. I guess I'll have to get some.
Yeah, it's all right there.
And then you guys will have to get some too.
It's all in those boxes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, from here on out, we'll put like a bag right in the middle of the freaking camera for y'all. Everybody can see it, look at it, think about it the whole time.
Well, I mean, my favorite kind of coffee right now is Bones coffee, I would say.
They're pretty good. I'm not a big coffee guy. I like tea. I got tea for everything.
They stopped making my favorite tea.
What?
It was called Red Rose. It was a mint.
Yeah.
It was in a seafoam green label. It was a K cup. But no, I mean that's been years ago that they've discontinued that. But that was like the only tea I drank because it was just like a perfect mint taste. It wasn't like.
That sounds pretty good. I do like mint tea.
Mm-hmm.
That heater feels pretty good. Feel that?
Yeah, it does. The heat.
Yeah.
My feet have been actually cold for like an hour.
Oh, dude, why don't you say something? Man, it's heat. All right, so these are kind of like questions we're gonna ask everybody that we have on. Well, I'll ask go to the same ones next time. Last question though: what's the biggest animal you can take in a fist fight? And I 100% stole this question from Dale Brisby's podcast because he asked his guests the same thing.
Oh
but
my!
I think it's a fantastic question.
I would probably have to say I could take a cougar. Maybe. How big's a cougar?
What do you mean? How big is a cougar?
Mountain lion?
Yeah, that's the same thing. They're the same. Their claws are like 1.5 to 2 inches.
Well, then I'll pick them first.
Their teeth are bigger than my German Shepherds.
Jeez.
And they're a lot faster than a German Shepherd. They live in trees. They don't really live in trees, but they can get in trees. They can jump on you.
Okay, well maybe
bite you in the neck. Gone.
All right, well maybe are wildcats as big?
If you go to Chickadee. Oh, you just brought up something.
Oh boy.
When we went to vacation in Chickadee, I think I was like
I haven't been there
18 or something
since like 2007 or something.
Let's see, when did we go? We probably went 11 or 12. 2011. We'll go with 2011. I was like 16 or 17. And we always rent a house instead of staying in a hotel. And on the back door, there's like a little tiny, just like a landing porch with steps. And there is the biggest tomcat island cat I have ever seen. It is about the size of my dog.
Jeez.
Now, my little dog, which is still 33 pounds,
but
that's a big ass cat.
Yeah.
And he wasn't fat. And he just looked at me like, I was like, it's your porch.
Yeah.
I'm going out the front door.
Would you like some coffee, sir?
Yeah. Some coffee with some cream. Gosh, dang. So you fighting stray cats?
Sure. Actually, my brother and my cousins and I have a joke about whenever I was really into wrestling, we always had this joke about me suplexing coyotes out west because we had this thing where
you can take a coyote.
I could like throw it.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're not even 100 pounds.
Okay. Well then, scratch off the mountain lion and the cougar then.
Oh, you wrote this shit down.
Yeah.
Gosh, damn. Coyote. Yeah.
I could just imagine somebody.
They're bigger here though than out west.
Okay. Well then I'd have to go out west then.
Well, even the eastern ones, they don't get 100 pounds.
Okay.
They don't get as big as a German Shepherd.
Now were they like vicious?
Can be.
Okay.
This time of year, they're getting into mating season, so.
Okay.
Hey, don't get in the way.
Right.
Oh man, for me, I don't know what I could take. I mean, I could take a coyote.
Do you think I could? Do you think I could suplex a cougar or a mountain lion? Like if I dodge the claws and teeth first, do you think I could get them back here? And they wouldn't know what to do with themselves if they got in that position.
Yeah, but have you ever tried to hold a cat that didn't want to be held?
No.
It's not easy. Even with like a house cat, it's not easy.
Even with Mac, was Mac hard to hold whenever he didn't want to be held?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's Battle Cat too. That's his name. Battle Cat. For a reason. He'll fuck you up.
Okay.
Try to keep the cursing to a minimum. I know my little cousin's gonna watch this. So. Yeah.
So what do you think you could take in a fight?
Oh man. I could take a coyote, but I think I could go bigger. Not a bear. I ain't messing with a bear. Unless I could jump out of a tree. Start off with like the people's elbow.
Yeah.
It's like right on the spine. Then maybe, and then just put them in a rear naked choke and put them to sleep.
Yeah. I imagine they have pretty thick necks to do that though.
Just work out more.
Yeah.
But I mean, if it's that case, if I can ambush them, I could take a black bear. But if it's like we turn a corner on a trail and we're face to face, then no.
Okay.
I can't get him then. He got me. Coyote, yeah. Just got maybe a white-tail deer.
That'd probably be easy enough.
But a doe.
Okay, because the buck would like poke your eyes out.
Yeah, he's gonna jack me up. He's gonna turn me into Stuart McCurdy. I ain't gonna go good. I take a doe. 100-pound doe. I don't think to get much bigger than that. There really isn't much else around here. Yeah, that's bigger. I think it's awesome. Raccoon.
Well, don't pick on the raccoons.
Oh, raccoons, dude. Look at this sweatshirt. We gotta get in on this episode. I just got this. And it goes with this TikTok I saw. It's like, can't remember his name. I might put him in the comments. Some like Louisiana guy. It's like Bayou Wolverine or something like that.
Okay.
It's like his thing on TikTok. And he said something about like his wife like doesn't understand why he does stuff that he does.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, it's not my fault you married this partially autistic man child. Yeah, I sent it to my wife, and she's like, tracks. So I got this shirt.
Oh my god.
And it's the risen with the tism with the raccoon.
Oh my goodness, dude.
It's freaking awesome. And it goes with this other shirt that I got. It's a tactical one, and I wore it when I was when I did a little bit like instructing at work. And I think it's a 9-line hoodie, but it has a raccoon on the back, and he's in like tactical gear, but he's still chubby like a raccoon. He's like not fit.
Mm-hmm.
And it says, "Forage around and find out." And I would always just tell people like, "Hey, I got a picture of myself on the back of my shirt." And they're like, I'm like, what? Forge around and find out. It's a raccoon with tactical gear and night vision goggles and an AR. It's hilarious.
Oh.
All right, well, think that's about enough for this first one. I guess it didn't go too bad. What do you think?
I thought it went well.
See what the people think. I mean, if y'all don't like it, and I find out that you don't like it, you might get the black bear treatment. People's elbow. So, up to you guys, but if you want to, like and subscribe.
Please.
Yeah. We're just trying this out. That's our first one. Hopefully, we get better from here. Second one's probably going to might be a little bit better.
Comments and feedback, please.
Oh, yeah. Do that. I know if you want to comment about our backdrop, listen, we just bought this house. And it still needs a little bit of work to make things look nice. Eventually, we'll have something nicer going on in the background, but you really can't get too much nicer than the American flag.
Yeah.
So, with that, we'll see you on next time.
See you guys.